Guys, what is going on? We are live and welcome to my review for tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. We're going to take a look at the September 25th, 2017 edition of Monday Night Raw. So if you're coming in and watching this video live, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to participate. Live chat will be open throughout this entire video review. So as we go through and hit on, the major takeaways from this episode of Raw, feel free to chime in, get the discussion going. Always great having you guys part of that. So it is great to be back up here. And yes, hashtag thank you, Neville, for permanently just beating the shit out of Enzo Amore. I didn't think it could work, but you know what? I actually did enjoy that Cruiserweight segment. Dare I say it, it was the first time in a long time that I actually cared about the Cruiserweights. And we'll get into that, but yeah, hashtag, I probably put that in the title of this video, hashtag thank you, Neville. But tonight's show, to me, it was kind of average. It was just kind of there. It had its moments, but for a large portion of the show, it was just kind of, we're coasting along, we're kind of just status quo. We're not going to do anything to shake anything up. And I don't know if you guys had the same feeling that I did, but that's just how I felt coming out of Raw tonight. Like I said, there were some good things on the show, and there was just a lot of blah. It was just a very average, by-the-book show. So let's talk about how Raw kicked off the air here. Miz TV, Roman Reigns comes out, and this is just stupid. I'm sorry. So after weeks and weeks and weeks of him and John Cena verbally berating each other on the microphone, these two, they just can't stand each other. They absolutely hate each other. Reigns comes out and says, I'm proud to beat John Cena. And it's been a passing of the torch, because how many times has this guy had the torch passed to him? Undertaker, Triple H, now John Cena, Brock Lesnar next year. And it's just like, and you wonder why I don't care about these feuds. Maybe there would have been money in a Cena-Reigns rematch. You could have kept that little kernel and allow it to develop and form, and then eventually maybe go back to that feud. But to me, it was just kind of definitive. It's just like Reigns wins, Cena passes him the torch, they're friends. I'm like, okay. All right. Now I don't want to see him fight again because, we just kind of closed the book on that one. So that was disappointing to see. And Reigns is going back and forth with Miz, talking about, him being IC champion. Miz gets irate. He pretty much brings up the fact about the Shield. He said, Roman said the Shield would be able to beat Miz asses easily. And Miz says you failed against Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, and the like since beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Although I don't know why, and quote me if I'm wrong, guys, have they brought up the fact that since, barring last night, and from WrestleMania onward, that Roman has been on a pay-per-view losing streak? And I think that would have been something interesting to bring up due to the fact that, maybe that'll change the way that he is. Maybe his character's going through some turmoil or emotional problems, just something different, losing match after match after match on pay-per-view. That should affect you. But they probably don't tie any of this together, and they obviously don't think that we're supposed to remember stuff from that far back. So just a point I thought I'd bring up, but whatever. Yeah, you're not supposed to remember that. I thought that would have been something nice, but of course, in this company, wins and losses do not matter. Just ask my good friend Road Dogg. Oh, wait, I can't because he blocked me, but that's okay. The point of all this was it would lead to Roman Reigns facing off against The Miz in a non-title match tonight on Raw. That was the whole point of this. Then eventually we had Kurt Angle come out. He made a tag team match between Matt Hardy and, it can't be Jeff Hardy, because as you all know, Jeff Hardy is going to have shoulder surgery, so he will be out for a number of months, up to potentially 6 to 9. That sucks. Huge fan of Jeff Hardy. Really disappointing to hear, but despite this not being a good situation, perhaps this can lead to the broken brilliance finally coming out of Matt Hardy. Hopefully we see it, whether it's awoken or what have you. The time is now to pull the trigger on broken Matt Hardy, whatever form he takes. But seeing as how Jeff Hardy was injured, Jason Jordan filled the role. We had Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan taking on Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Solid standard tag team match right here. Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan were able to pick up the win. Like I said, this really ain't going to be the longest review, guys, because there's not really a whole lot to talk about tonight from Raw. We had Elias Sampson, cut an ring segment. He fought Apollo Crews, hit the driftaway on him for the win. Again, just kind of a match. It happened. Let's see. We have Finn Balor being interviewed backstage saying that he would like to go after the Universal Championship. Perhaps that's the next feud for Brock Lesnar, Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. I know some people have a problem with that just due to the size of Finn Balor, and it is kind of a stretch I will admit, going from Braun Strowman to Finn Balor. I mean, if Brock Lesnar could whip Braun Strowman's ass in 9 minutes, hate to say it, but how long is it going to take him to beat Finn? And we all know it's just a placeholder until we get to Roman Reigns. So would I even want to see the match? I don't really know how I feel about that. It's just like, man, I don't know what to say. I really don't. But then we had an easy highlight of the show, because you know who it involves. My good friend, Braun Strowman. There he is. And Curt Hawkins came out. And he wanted to finally end his, 157-match losing streak. This guy is a loser. He's pathetic. He should play for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but, of course, probably costs too much money, so they're not going to sign him. But he is available, if you're asking. So as he's wondering who his opponent's going to be, Braun Strowman's music hits. Hawkins runs out of the ring. Strowman chases him, chokeslams him through a table, puts him up on the stage, and then rams him right through the LED boards. And rest in peace, Curt Hawkins. Moment of silence for Curt. Strowman was irate. He was pissed off, and this is exactly how he should be. I thought it was a nice way to rebound him after last night's lackluster Universal Championship match against Brock Lesnar. And then Strowman got right into the ring. He demanded competition, and out came Dean Ambrose. He was kind of looking back at Curt Hawkins. He's like, should I really do this? Do I really want to go in there and fight Braun Strowman? And he did, and believe it or not, and I brought this point up to my friend Mike, the Club of the Man 1993. Thanks for watching. Shout out to you. Check out his channel. But I remember it was Raw in February of 2016. We had Braun Strowman versus Dean Ambrose as the main event. I remember on that show, I was like, is this really going to main event? And the match was not good at all. And we fast forward now to September 25th, 2017. And just look at the improvement, the leaps and bounds of how far Braun Strowman has come. Took incredibly in this match. I felt him and Dean Ambrose had a solid match on this show. It really was. Like I said, Ambrose had the taped up shoulder from the night before. It was injuries from the Tag Team Championship match. But this was really, like I said, all Braun Strowman. Every time Dean Ambrose tried to get one up on Strowman, whether it was a rake to the eyes, sending Strowman into the LED post. He had a DDT on Strowman onto the floor. Strowman almost got counted out, but he got back into the ring, and Ambrose attempted to hit a few clotheslines, tried to go up to the top rope, but that's where Strowman eventually caught him, hit the running power slam, beats Dean Ambrose. Like I said, solid match. Had no problem with this at all. But yeah, Dean threw everything, like you said, Mike, threw everything at him. He kept coming back for more and more, but you knew in the end that it was going to come down to Braun Strowman beating Dean Ambrose. So definitely a highlight for me from tonight's average episode of Raw. We then have the announcement that next week it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. So cool. Look forward to that. But the Alexa Bliss segment, this was definitely a highlight on the show. Alexa Bliss comes out. She talks over the fact that she beat all 4 of her challengers last night at the No Mercy pay-per-view, and she is the goddess of WWE for the Raw in the Raw Women's division. She said there's nobody that can hold a candle to her. And to my surprise, when I heard Mickie James music happen, I'm like, holy shit, we're actually teasing a Mickie James Alexa Bliss feud. Maybe a program, maybe just for TLC until, Asuka comes up, and then we establish Asuka and then have her go after Alexa Bliss for the title at Survivor Series. But yeah, I was like, wow, this is something different, something fresh. We haven't seen Mickie James in a long, long time. We haven't seen her have a notable feud or program at all on Raw, which I feel is a huge crime, a huge shame. Fan of Mickie James. She's a great veteran presence to have. You have her under contract, so do something with her. Use her. And her and Bliss went back and forth on the mic, and Bliss pretty much called her an old, washed-up wrestler. And Mickie James pretty much told Alexa Bliss she's still wearing a training bra, and that she is still and she sees that is still working out for Alexa. So that was a nice little jab that she got in there. But yeah, Alexa got slapped right in the face by Mickie James. Mickie hit the Mick kick right to the face of Alexa Bliss with heels on, matter of fact. And yeah, if we're going to do Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss, there is some history, seeing as how I did like the fact that Alexa Bliss did mention that she helped bring Mickie James back into WWE. We remember the short alliance that they had on SmackDown Live. So yeah, this is where it's going for the Raw Women's Championship picture before we move into Asuka. I'm fine with it. It's a good way to utilize Mickie James. Like I said, thought the promo segment was good. Nothing more to add to this, but I just look forward to it. For the 8,000th time, Seth freaking Rollins versus Sheamus. I almost said Cesaro. And by the way, Cesaro, hope your teeth are doing well, buddy. I know it's never easy losing some teeth, especially since you lost like pretty much your whole front row there. But Cesaro was there on Raw. You could tell he was certainly had the scars of battle from the night before. This match, though, Seth Rollins versus Sheamus, I don't need to see this again. I don't ever want to see this match. Can we stop doing the same matches over and over and over and over and over? See the point here? It gets old after a while. And over again. Rollins hit the ripcord V trigger for the win. Don't have anything else to say about that. Let's talk about Goldust. Apparently we're doing, well, I thought we were, but I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. Goldust being interviewed. Actually, Finn Balor came up to him, said, hey, we're good friends, what have you. Goldust turns on Finn Balor. That leads to a match later on in the night. And I thought maybe this was setting up a program between... We'll talk about this later on when we get to the Goldust Finn Balor match, because I have a lot to say about that. Like I said, really running through things here. The Miz took on Roman Reigns. Miz attempted to hit skull-crushing finale. Roman countered, hit the spear for the win. But afterwards, after the match was all right, it was what it was. Afterwards, Miz Taraj beat Roman Reigns down. Then they looked like they were going to leave. Then they came back, took steel chairs, and beat the hell out of Roman Reigns. And as they're leaving again, they run back down to the ring, continue to beat down Roman Reigns, and Miz hits the skull-crushing finale on Roman Reigns, and the Miz Taraj does the shield pose over the fallen Roman Reigns. So I'll throw it up to you guys. How do you guys feel about a Shield reunion taking place? Is now the right time? Or do you think it feels too forced and it just feels like they have nothing else going, so we'll do a Shield reunion? Like, I don't know how I feel about it, if it's going to happen. And based on the teasing that they're doing, I think it's going to happen. Have them face the Miz Taraj at the TLC pay-per-view. I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Is the time right? I don't know. It's just the opponents for me. Well, TLC was the pay-per-view that they did make their in-ring debut in. I believe so, the Shield. TLC 2012, excuse me. It was that six-man TLC, what was it, Tornado Tag Team match. It was the Shield versus Kane, Daniel Bryan, and Ryback, I believe. Hope I got that right. But maybe due to the history there. But One night only reunion, yeah, I could see that happening. Sure, why not? You need something to do to keep me interested, especially if your Universal Champion is not going to be around. Hopefully he shows back up for Survivor Series, but I'll believe it when I see it. So, yeah, why not? What the hell have you got to lose? It will be nice. I do miss the Shield. It really has not been the same since they left. Man, I was really enjoying that babyface run that they were having, and I felt like they could have got a little bit more mileage out of that. But you know what? Hey, they went out when they were on top. But yeah, you do have to build up Axel and Dallas because that's the problem. The Miz could buy him, but Miz Taraj, yeah. Finn Balor versus Goldust. Okay match here. Balor goes up to the top rope, hits the coup de grace for the victory. That's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is after this match. When Bray Wyatt's music hit and we heard he's got the whole world in his hands, how many of you guys groaned? Because I know I did. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You cannot seriously be considering continuing this Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor feud. The feud really should have ended at SummerSlam. Fine, you want to drag it out. They actually did manage. They had a good match and No Mercy. But Finn Balor beat Bray Wyatt. Why the hell would Bray Wyatt continue to want to bother Finn Balor after losing to him? What logical sense does that make? Oh, I lost to the guy at SummerSlam. Okay, man to man. Whatever that means. Oh, I lost to the guy at No Mercy. Well, I guess I got to lose one more time. We got to blow it off with a special stipulation. And I know what the stipulation will be. The stipulation will be, ready for this, guys? It's not going to be buried alive. It's not going to be a chairs match. It's not going to be a ladder match or a TLC match. We are going to bring back, and this will be great, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, in a stairs match. You guys remember the stairs match? We need to bring back the stairs match to truly end this feud. If you're going to end it, and I'm going to throw out a curveball here. As Jack Nicholson once said in Batman 1989, if you got to go with a smile. Except none of us are smiling. We're crying on the inside. But seriously, watching 3 hours of Raw every week makes me want to turn into the Joker sometimes. Like by the end of that show, I'm just ready to lose my mind. Oh my God. It's just like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again. And that would be a great tagline for Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. I like both guys, but let's be honest. Nobody cares. Nia Jax and Emma versus Bayley and Sasha Banks. Bayley and Sasha Banks won. Bayley hits blind tag, hits Bayley belly on Emma for the win. That's all I got to say. And then finally, wrapping up this review, let's talk about Enzo Amore. He comes down. He's being a cocky, arrogant son of a bitch. He's annoying. I just want somebody to delete him from my television set because that would just be delightful. Yes, it would. And to me, Enzo's just being a total ass in this segment. He's being arrogant, full of himself, and he cheated to beat Neville last night. Let's not forget that. And he reveals a frame certified G jersey. He says, I'm bringing the ratings to 205 Live. I'm going to make all you guys relevant. And all the cruiserweights come down onto the stage, and then Neville's there. And then Neville cuts this, I have to say, he just shit on Enzo, and I thought it was actually pretty good. He said, do everybody a favor, and he's going to end Enzo Amore. He says, none of these people here up on the stage like you. In 2 short years, you were dumped on the 205 Live doorstep like a useless slug. That was a nice match there. Not match, but nice line there. And Enzo said, well, Neville, you can't touch me. I have this agreement where if you lay one finger on me, you will never be able to challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship again. Which in my mind got me thinking, well, maybe that'll be a good thing. punch him in the face, get the hell out of the Cruiserweight division, and put Neville back in with the main roster mix, because there's so many matchups I'd like to see with Neville. He's so talented and one of my favorites, but Neville said fuck it pretty much. He kicked Enzo in the gut, threw him into the barricade. As Enzo tried to leave, all the Cruiserweights stopped him. Neville took the paper that Enzo had, stuffed it down his mouth, like the vintage $1 Million Man would do with the money. And he went up to the top, hit the red arrow, and that's how we close out the show. So I thought this was going to be a complete train wreck. But you know what? I actually enjoyed this segment. I really did. And to me, I don't know what you guys felt to me like it was a double turn. Felt like Neville kind of turned babyface just for standing up to Enzo. And Enzo was just cocky, arrogant, full of himself. He had a huge ego, saying, you guys need to work with me. I'm the guy that's going to bring the ratings and the spotlight. I'm in the main event of Raw. Meanwhile, you couldn't do that throughout your entire Cruiserweight Championship reign. He's making fun of his ears. He's calling him Gollum and Frodo and just all this crap. And it's just like, I'm really supposed to like this guy? No, he's an arrogant asshole who likes to run his mouth. And he needs to shut, as Chris Jericho would say, shut the hell up. So you know what? This wasn't a complete failure. And Raw was just okay. Bringing things full circle, closing out this review, guys. And be sure to give me your grades for Monday Night Raw tonight. But my grade for Raw tonight, I'm going with a C. Average show. Like I said, the stuff that I liked. Strowman beating up Kurt Hawkins. Good match with Dean Ambrose. The segment with Mickie James, the beatdown by the Miz Taraj on Roman Reigns, that was also good, and the ending segment. So yeah, I got C's all across the board. I'm in agreement with you guys. So yeah, just decent episode of Raw. We'll see how next week goes. We have an Intercontinental Championship match, Reigns versus the Miz, and Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins. So that's what we have to look forward to. So that is it, guys, for this live Monday Night Raw review. It's great being back up here. I want to say thank you for watching this video. Be sure to also check out my No Mercy review. I posted it this morning for all my latest thoughts on No Mercy. Be sure to check out that video. And remember to click the like and subscribe button on this channel, youtube.com/DanielGuys412, to continue to help this channel grow. Links will be down below in the description box for my Twitter as well, @DanielGuys412. And that is it, guys. So thanks for once again watching, for participating in the live chat. It was great having you being a part of this review. And until next time that I come back up here, I want to say thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you guys later on. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for watching.